Hello, I'm Jane Dutton with a wrap of the week's news.
This is Eyewitness News.
The stats that we'll release today are quite sobering. They reflect the severity of the challenges that we are facing. And these figures represent more than just figures on a page. They reflect the lived realities.
And these realities show an increase in murder, rape, and extortion between April and June 2024. 6,198 people were killed in that period. Gunu says the most affected areas are Western Cape, Gauteng, KwaZulu-Natal, and Eastern Cape. Limpopo is the safest province as far as murder is concerned. South Africa's Anton Rupert is now the richest African, overtaking Nigerian industrialist Aliko Dangote. Rupert of luxury goods holding company Richemont's net worth stands at 270 billion rand. His increase in wealth for the year is estimated at 36 billion rand, making him now the 147th richest person in the world. 1 decade on, and the Jacob Zuma arms deal case was back in court.
In May 2021, Jacob Zuma raised a special plea challenging Billy Downer's title to prosecute, which was dismissed. He tried to appeal that ruling all the way to the Constitutional Court, but with no luck. He then brought another application for Downer's removal based on largely the same grounds of what he claims as bias, which was heard in October last year and which Judge Nkosinathi Celi once again dismissed in March this year. Zuma's counsel, Advocate Dali Mpofu, did indicate at the time, though, that they already had instructions to lodge an application for leave to appeal. And when the matter came before the court for a pre-trial hearing, it emerged that that has now been done. Celi did not provide reasons for his order at the time, saying he'd include them in his final judgment on the main matter. Zuma did request the reasons for purposes of his application for leave to appeal, though, and in court that request was ventilated, with Celi ultimately agreeing to it. The matter has now been adjourned until the 11th of September for those reasons to be delivered. Bernadette Wicks, Eyewitness News.
We know she wants to win Miss Universe Nigeria, but will she? Chidima Adesina will find out tomorrow in the finals. That's after she pulled out from Miss South Africa after backlash over her mother's reported identity theft. Many questioned if she was not legally South African, how could she compete in the pageant? The running of the country's municipalities has got a whole lot worse. Even metros are not showing any significant improvements in managing their finances, and that's despite having more resources and skills. Out of the 257 municipalities, only 34 obtained clean audits.
Only got one clean audit amongst the metros, that is the city of Cape Town. The city of Ekurhuleni was a clean audit last year. It's moved back into unqualified with findings, having had some trouble with procurement issues, and they are now sitting in the unqualified space, alongside City of Johannesburg, eThekwini, Nelson Mandela Bay Municipality. Nelson Mandela Bay moved out of qualified to unqualified, having attended to some financial statements issues that they were struggling with the previous financial year. The qualified audit opinions amongst metros are Mangaung, Buffalo City, and City of Tshwane. City of Tshwane moved out of adverse audit opinion the previous financial year, and they've moved up to qualified with findings.
There's 1 day to go for the battle between South Africa and New Zealand on the rugby pitch. Rassie Erasmus has made 9 changes to his Springboks squad for the Rugby Championship test at Ellis Park on Saturday.
Let's start with positive news. To have Jasper back is fantastic after how many weeks. He's been really a supreme trainer the last 8 weeks, elite trainer. So hopefully he can become a lead rugby player this weekend. Very glad to have him back. Pity Andre is not ready yet. He's now out for a few, 8 weeks, 6 weeks under Eastreisen. He's not ready, and then that's why I've just got this list here. Not to make it doom and gloom, because I really think we do have a great team that we're putting on the park with a few guys missing out. Still on selection who could easily have slotted in.
Extreme weather hit the Western Cape again. The province experienced snow on Table Mountain, a cold snap and gale force winds. The extreme elements raged across the province. Amongst the worst affected neighbourhoods in Cape Town included Silvertown, Bontehevel, Wynberg, Gugulethu, Heideveld and Kenilworth.
No injuries were reported. Our humanitarian relief partners will be assisting with soft relief like blankets, food parcels and vanity packs.
3 controversial former heads of state-owned enterprises have been sworn in as members of parliament for the Umkhonto weSizwe Party. Former Eskom CEO Brian Molefe, former PRASA CEO Lucky Montana, and former Transnet CEO Siyabonga Gama are among 8 of the party's newest MPs that have taken the oath. Their induction to the legislature comes after weeks of internal party turmoil to remove MPs sworn in as representatives of the party in May.
It's been an open secret that Umkhonto weSizwe Party wants to see Jacob Zuma loyalists take up seats in Parliament. These include Brian Molefe, who enjoyed a short stint as an ANC MP for less than 5 months in 2017, following his resignation from Eskom. Along with Lucky Montana and Siyabonga Gama, they featured prominently in the Zondo Commission of Inquiry into State Capture. The MK Party has said it believes they have the public service expertise to make the party a formidable main opposition. Former EFF MP Mzwanele Manyi will officially be crossing the floor in the House when he joins them in the MK benches. This move paves the way for 2 former EFF MPs to return to the House, Nazir Paulson and Sanao Tambo, who will round out today's swearing-in ceremony following the resignation of Floyd Shivambu. Lindsay Dentlinger, Eyewitness News, Parliament.
The state of Joburg's illegal buildings claimed more victims. On Sunday morning, a blaze ripped through a hijacked 3-story building in the inner city, killing 4 people.
During the early hours of Sunday morning, on the 3rd floor of the building behind me, an illegal electrical cable made contact with plastic, resulting in a fire. Now, this fire would go on to engulf the entire building. At the aftermath of the fire, 4 people died and 3 people were seriously injured.
At this moment, I feel like I can't even explain how do I feel, but I feel sad because I lost a lot of things. My ID, my bank cards, my clothes, and some of people that we even know here, they haven't found them even now.
Eyewitness News understands that this building is abandoned and hijacked. This incident happened in Hanua Street, which used to be a business district in the inner city of Johannesburg. However, during the early 2000s, a lot of business owners abandoned their buildings due to the rising fear or due to the rising levels of crime in this area.
The law does not permit us to take people and put them on the streets. We must put them somewhere. That's where the problem is.
This building behind me has been called by the residents Nkanini a place of defiance or a place of stubbornness. They call it this because every time the city tries to evict them, they always return. However, it seems now we're at the point of no return. Thabiso Koba, Eyewitness News at the Johannesburg CBD.
For the past 5 years, a property management company in the inner city has spent millions trying to fix issues that come with an adjacent hijacked building. The hijacked Casamere, situated on Soper Street in Berea, is owned by the Johannesburg social housing company Joshco, an arm of the city of Joburg. And despite numerous meetings, promises and legal battles, the building remains a hub of criminality and a cesspool of filth. That's it from us. Wishing you a good weekend.
Eyewitness News, in touch, in tune, and independent. For the latest, log on to ewn.co.za or ewn.mobi.